All right, let's cut right to the chase. Here is an amazing SEO blueprint for local SEO that'll get you a ton more traffic and sales and leads in as short as a couple of months if you follow it. And the nice part about this is it's pretty simple, pretty stupid simple. And a lot of people just overcomplicate this. And this is working for a lot of businesses. And here is some of the case studies and the screenshots of the businesses using this particular blueprint to grow a ton. I mean, these are like hockey stick growths. So I'm going to go through these steps. How many steps do I got here? Six steps that we're going to go through today that you can immediately start doing, after this video to improve your traffic and sales for local, maybe brick and mortar. This works for e-commerce businesses. You just have to reframe it a little bit. So SaaS businesses, no matter what business you're doing, this can really help boost your traffic, if you're doing this plan. So the first one in here is optimize your Google business profile. I mean, this builds so much authority and it's just amazing to me that people just aren't utilizing and leveraging this. So your Google business profile is basically your foot in the door to the Google algorithm. And people just don't have it filled out completely. They're missing stuff and they're just not routinely using it. So first and foremost, add real images. Don't do stock images. Google can analyze the images. It knows that they're stock images. Just use actual business photos. And I would probably even prefer, even if they're not like the best quality in the world, they're still better than stock images. Even though stock images, quote unquote, look better, it's not going to give you as much reach because it just looks and feels fake. The algorithm can see it. Fill in services, hours, categories, everything that you can fill in that's applicable in your Google business profile, you should fill in. Everything. That's all bits of information. Those are all lines in the water to be able to showcase your business better and for Google to understand you better. Work to get as many reviews as fast as possible, especially if you set this up and you're new. Get at least 10. I mean, obviously reviews look better. You can email past clients. Usually, on a booking or a checkout link, you can put a review, a reminder to review, remind clients when they're checking out. So not only the 10 reviews, you should be getting weekly reviews as much as possible. And kind of a bonus here, we'll put plus, is respond to the reviews in an SEO friendly way. So respond if someone writes a good review, respond and include that service back in the review. It's extra bits of data that you're getting back into the Google algorithm. And it also just looks good. People love to see not only reviews, but if the business is responding to the reviews, it looks like they're engaged and it's more trustworthy and it just looks good. Post weekly updates. This is huge. You should be posting at least weekly on your Google business page. And make it SEO friendly. Post a picture, talk about a service, talk about a problem and your type of solution for that problem. You can edit your blog articles and do it for a weekly update in Google as well. So just, again, it's your way to introduce extra bits of information, data, SEO back in your Google business page. So this is probably, outside of reviews, the weekly updates are probably the most important. So that's number one. And that is an easy win. I mean, that you could do today and get that set up. Number two is to build money pages, right? So when you're building out your website, build pages that are meaningful to search intent, right? So don't just do, here's our services, very generic, right? You want to build out your pages for your services in an SEO search intent way. So here's some examples. Emergency dentist open late in Tampa. If your location is in Tampa, Florida, obviously looking for an emergency dentist, and then obviously they want them open late, right? So those are all keyword snippets that matter. Walk-in hair color specialist, Scottsdale, Arizona. So you got the location. People want the walk-in. They also want hair color. Best car detailing in Dallas. Book today. Chiropractor near me. So whatever service or industry near me is obviously a big search term because that's just the way people search. And then same day appointments. And then obviously you have your location in Miami. So this is how you're going to build out your service pages for search intent. So think about how your customer is searching. They're searching for obviously your location, but they're searching for some type of solution. So put that solution inside your landing page, inside. So you're going to have it in your metadata, your meta description, your meta title. You're going to have it in your actual title. You're going to have it in the snippet under your title. So that is how you want to build out your services pages for the search intent. And that's where the traffic is going to go. And this is what people are missing. People are trying to write service pages for SEO or AI. They should be writing it for the customer, because that is what's going to be shown. That's what AIs are going to be picking up on. That's what Google's always picked up on. And that's how you're going to get the majority, of the traffic. Number 3 is to write content that feels like it's coming from the neighborhood. So you don't want, again, this is kind of along the same lines as the service page. Just don't write generic content. Don't just write, hey, here is information about dentistry, or here's whatever the case may be. Just don't make it generic. Here are some good examples. So top 5 lunch spots near downtown Charleston. Right, that has substance. That's people are looking for. That's how people are searching. What are the top 5 lunch spots? And they're searching in downtown Charleston. That's, you want to show up. Or top 5 dinner spots, or top 5 brunch spots. That's how people are searching. How to prep your skin for humidity before summer in Tampa. So again, if you're worried about your skin, you're into skincare, you want to take care of your skin before the summer comes. That is definitely more bottom of the funnel, solving a solution. What Miami AC repair actually costs. All right, so they need AC repair. How much is this going to cost me? I'm ready. I needed my AC fixed, but I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to budget for it. So you want to speak to locals. You can mention landmarks, weather, inside jokes if you have to. And really, this is kind of how you have to think about it. This is kind of taking it to the next step. Is when you're doing your content, you're doing your blog articles and your content. You have top of the funnel up here. This is very broad. And then you have bottom of the funnel, which is very narrow. And the bottom of the funnel is where the money is. You want to meet the customer where they're at. So top of the funnel would be like running shoes. Let's draw a running shoe here. Look at this. Boom, running shoe. Bottom of the funnel will be running shoes for pregnant women with sore backs. Or running shoes for active men over 60. Or running shoes for someone with bad knees. So that is basically solution-oriented bottom of the funnel. These people are the closest to making a buying decision. So that's where you want to meet them. Too many people are writing such generic content because they're trying to market to everybody, right? You want to look, I want to reach out to everyone. I want everyone that's looking for running shoes in the world to find me. Well, the majority of those people aren't ready to buy, or they're not looking to buy, or they don't even know what they're looking for, right? So we want to meet them where they're at. It's like searching for a car. It's like, I sell cars, and there's content about all cars. No, you want to meet them where they're at. I need a minivan that's good on gas mileage that would work well for 3 kids. So that is what you want to write content about. That's how people are searching. People are just looking at cars, are just interested in cars. They're not ready to buy anything. They may just want to see what's out there. They're not even close to a buying decision. Now, the next problem you're going to have is time. Doing this could take a lot of time, content, especially when you should be doing routine content, at least weekly, if not more. So and a lot of these, where I showed you these case studies before, a lot of these people, or all of these businesses, are using this blueprint, but they're also using Arvow, which there's a link below. You can try this out for free. But this is an AI blog writer that's way more than just AI. This does such a better job because it's SEO optimized than like Perplexity or like ChatGPT. So this blog writer, you can introduce your own elements, your own pictures, your own knowledge base, your website, your site map. So it'll use AI to write the content, but it's using your information to optimize the content. So it's not going to be flagged as AI content. It's using your own information as well as the entire knowledge of the world to write amazing articles that are bottom of the funnel. So all you have to do is give it a keyword to target and give it a title. or you don't even have to give it a title. You just give it a keyword, and then you basically can have it create articles and create bottom of the funnel. So I would give it a title, if you have a specific bottom of the funnel that you want to reach, and it'll write a whole article and introduce your elements into the article. So here's some examples, so we don't have to create one from scratch. So here's a really good example. My brakes are making a rattling sound. What should I do? So again, someone is searching this exact search term usually. So you're not going to do an article about just brakes or brake maintenance, top of the funnel. Someone has rattling brakes. They need to fix it now. So what should you do? So I had to create this article on it. And this is all SEO optimized. It includes a SEO snippet here, key takeaways, good for AI overviews. And then throughout this article, it'll use your sitemap and include links to your service pages, your booking pages. It'll generate images for you. Or again, you can upload your own images to this software and it'll include them in your article generations. It'll include a relevant YouTube video, or you can have it linked to your own YouTube videos, which is nice. Again, it helps build authority and lower bounce rates. Again, here's more internal links. You can do external links as well to trusted sources. It'll do it for you. And then it'll include at the bottom, here's some more snippets. At the bottom, it'll include FAQs. These are fantastic for AI overviews and to pull in search, because these are questions that people are actually asking. So the chance of this article showing up is a lot higher, because you're literally putting the bottom of the funnel questions here, and then it's going to match exactly almost and then show up. So this is what I would use. This is going to save you a ton of time and make your life a lot easier, and allow you to target those bottom of the funnel topics one after another at mass quantity, whereas your competition is trying to write the stuff their own, or maybe they're using ChatGPT. ChatGPT isn't including internal links. They're not including call to actions. They're not including the metadata, the alt text and stuff. So Arvow does all that stuff for you in just minutes. So I would use that. It's going to make your life a lot easier. All right, that brings us to number 4. Fix internal links so Google actually knows what's important. Most local sites are a mess. They're all broken. There's no structure. There's no flow. So make sure that you have a flow of your site. So you should have your homepage, right? This should link. You should have links in your homepage to your core services. So all of these will link to your core services. Again, your service pages should be what people are actually searching for, bottom of the funnel. And then these service pages should have links to your blog posts, right? So you'd have internal links to your blog posts. So you're getting all that link juice. And then your blog posts should have links back to your service pages. So again, this is the structure. So when people are, people are finding you in search, they may go to your homepage, then they can bounce to your service page, then they can bounce to the blog page if they want. Most people in search are going to land on your blog pages and then bounce to your service pages, which your service pages will have your booking link or your buy now link or whatever the case may be. So make sure you are doing that loop and that nothing is broken. A lot of times people do blogs and there's no links to anything. Huge missed opportunity. Number 5, run a SEO audit before touching keywords or content. So there's a screaming frog, which will crawl your entire site, fix broken links, duplicate titles, missing. So yeah, you just want to have everything optimized and make sure nothing is broken, because these are, all this stuff could be flagged and hurt your rank. Obviously, Google doesn't want to send traffic to broken websites or stuff that doesn't have a good flow. And it tracks all that by bounce rates. It crawls your site. It can see what's broken, what's not working. So you want to make sure everything is optimized. And then number 6 is internal linking structure. Make sure, again, this is kind of similar to number 4, but make sure, everything links to a homepage, relevant service pages, top blog resources. Use keyword rich anchors naturally. So you just want to make sure that everything is connected and everything flows. If you have to go in and write and basically diagram everything out, that's a good place to start. So if you can do your home page, and then you have, your service pages, and then you pick, which blogs you're going to link to in your service pages. It should be your best performing blogs. You can go back and look and see which kind of traffic. And then obviously in your blogs, you make sure they're linked back to the appropriate service pages. So like I talked about before, it's probably one of the most important steps. Everything's connected together. So that's the plan. Stick to those steps. Be consistent with your content. That's what's going to ultimately drive the traffic and increase your ranking. But make sure your structure and your site is set up accordingly as well. Nothing is broken. Everything flows. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple. The majority of local businesses are just not doing it. But it is not complicated. It just takes a little bit of time. And again, there's tools that will make your life a lot easier. Arvow's there that you can use, and just use that to follow this structure. But that's it. Hopefully that helps you guys out. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff. Here's another video on some SEO tips above to help you out as well.